Hey, welcome everybody to this edition of the Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my brother Damon and Jaquari Armstrong. We welcome you. Have a special guest tonight, Deon Brooks. Welcome to you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Tonight's episode, we're gonna if we drift off into another realm, is because it happened organically. But right now, this is the sports episode. This is what we're going to do tonight. We're going to talk about, because there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to chop it up with. Hopefully, we'll be able to touch on a lot of things, just giving our opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, our opinion might be the right opinion, or it might be a heavily debated opinion. Don't care, because what it's about is the folks here and whoever comments in the comments, we're gonna be heard. Okay? So a little bit of house cleaning. I said okay, like I was fucking hoochie. But a little bit of house cleaning. This is a Strong Perspective Podcast. And what I'd like you to do, because we go live on Facebook every Friday, sometimes Saturday, but every Friday at 7:30. And we go live on Facebook, we go live on YouTube, on our YouTube channel by the same name, Strong Perspective Podcast. We invite you to go to our channel, like, share, and subscribe for us, please. You know what I'm saying? Why I say that, because when you get the notification, you're gonna that we've done a lot to get a lot of great discussion on what's what. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's gonna be angry, sometimes it's gonna be funny, but the one thing that's gonna be consistent about it is gonna be thoughtful, and it's gonna ring with intelligence. Even if you don't think so, we think so. How about that? But please go to the channel, like, share, and subscribe, and you know, mess with us, because we got great people and great conversation. With that being said, gentlemen, how you doing today? Hey, how was your day today, Damon?
Day was good, man. It started off slow, but I got through it, man. It was a good day, man. It was a good day. Looking forward to this segment right here, man. So okay. I was anticipating that.
Mr. Brooks, how was your day today,
Yes, sir? Outstanding, sir. Anytime
Okay.
I can make money for the family, I'm always good. That means
Always
the bills getting
day.
paid. The bills getting paid. That keep the wife happy. Y'all brothers know
happy
about
wife,
that.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm ready to get into that sports thing. Was a lot going on this week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jaquari, how you doing today, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It was a regular day. At most, that's the most I can ask for, brother. So
okay.
It's a good day.
Cool. I'd say that I had a good day because, hell, I was able to live it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and it's
sir.
not the being morbid about it. It's the fact that, man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm 59. So the way I look at life from at this point is I understand the true meaning of blessings. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. That 52, man, I can identify, brother.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
I'm 53. I get it.
Yeah. Look. Hey,
so Damon, you say you got that shit years ago, huh, bro?
Yeah, man. I'm just a year older than Spoke, man. I'm good to go. No, I'll be 58, man.
Yeah. But as I was saying, what we'll start off with this. If any of you guys have something sports related, I want you guys to have an opportunity to say it first before we get into the question, because let me let the audience know, what I've been doing lately is going on my social media, asking folks, giving folks what the subject is about, and ask them Is there anything that they want us to address? So right now I have about 4 things that we can cover, and the guys know what they were. But before I do that, I want to give you the opportunity to talk about what you want to talk about in the sports arena. And Dion, you are a guest, but really and truly you're a friend of the show.
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything you want to cover first?
Well, I mean, it was so much going on with sports this week. So I got a few things I want to cover with you guys. I guess I'm just kind of started off. So much to talk about. I know talk about the Florida State got robbed. We know they did. But the number one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was that this NIL deal. I read in the paper the other day, it's two young guys that's 15 in high school, and they're about to sign an NIL deal. One of the young men, 15, asking for about $1.5 million. The other guy asking for $2 million. Now, and along that, they just trying to keep that young kid, Marvin Harrison Jr., in college at Ohio State. And of course, he's going to be a top pick in the NFL, so he's going to definitely be able to make a great salary. But Ohio State is looking like, and it's the college. We know it's the college is coming with that money. But they telling this young kid, if you stay here at Ohio State, we'll sign you for a $25 million deal at Ohio State. So as you guys been in that realm in college, and technically, kids don't got it. So if y'all guys on the same team with a dude making $25 million and y'all are teammates, how would that make y'all guys feel?
What I feel? I'll answer this. He paying for everything. As long as we playing together, he paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a camaraderie, because most likely it is, I'm not going to be jealous of what he's making. You know what I'm saying? Because what it would do for me is it would encourage me. Now, if I was better than him and I'm being ignored, of course it's going to hurt my feelings. But I'm like this. If I'm if I have aspirations to be a professional athlete, and I will be, right? That shit don't matter. That's my opinion.
I'm thinking, if he's going to be a lottery pick, isn't that a low ball number?
Well, $25 million. But remember, in the NFL, it's not guaranteed. It's going to be guaranteed through the university. He's going to get every red cent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, but look, here's one thing to consider, though. Yeah. No, go ahead, Jaquar. Then now I'll follow up with what I said.
I mean, I'm starting not to like the whole NIL thing. I mean, it's gonna open up too many doors. It's got ramifications, heavy ramifications for too many things in the future, man. Too many negative things in the future, man. Team jealousy, doggone freaking. Okay, yeah. If we want to start paying high schoolers millions of dollars because of their names and what they can do on the court or whatever. What's to motivate them to get to the next level?
That's what I said.
There's no motivation there if they think it's the smallest shot, and we can already tell that's the future of it, based on all of the dudes trying to get into the freaking NFL and the NBA. What are those numbers?
Okay.
How many college players do you have? How many of them enter the draft, and how many of them actually make freaking teams, right? Now, if you apply this to high schoolers, the numbers get bigger and the chances get slimmer. You know, so how does it really affect, you know, people who are going out there and shedding blood and tears? You know, I mean, it's really not a large number of people who can really access that money.
I mean, that's true. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But look, let me say this. The first thing I want to say is Marvin Harrison knows what it means to have money.
Yeah.
So 25 million is not going to affect him. His dad is a millionaire.
Yeah. I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, honestly, if he stays, it's because he loves the game, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with the NIL, man. Honestly. Now, you made a point, Jaquari, because you love, and we'll address this later as a question when addressing this thing. You love the purity of the game, right? But if these kids go after that big ass bag and they can secure it in the short time that they're in college or in high school, I don't care if they're not hungry enough to go to the next level. Because now, if it's done right, they have wealth that's going to take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I look at it. You know, but I'm like you. And then you can respond to that, Jaquari. Then Damon, I want you to give me your opinion, and then after him, you, Dion, because it was your question. I'm like you. I love the purity of the game. I love the game, right? But I got to remember, it's a game. It's a game. You feel me? Blue?
I thought you said you wanted Jaquari to respond.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you're right. Jaquari.
No, I just see it, man. You know, like growing up, man, you know, around the older guys we grew up with around it and everything, you know, like the street hustlers and everything, man.
Mhm.
And, you know, as they all got older or whatever and started to retire from their little respective hustles or whatever, they all talked about a fucking like Shaft's biggest score final scenario pipe dream they had, right? This sounds just like the same shit, man. It does.
I mean, one or two people do something will get up. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's not going to get it. Go ahead, Fluke.
My thing is this, man.
Point.
We when you're talking about, like Dion was talking about 15-year-olds and all that stuff, that's being exploitive, man. Because they're not even near being developed. You know what I'm saying? In terms of
even if they get the money?
That's, to me, you know, you give a 15-year-old, just in that example, you give it a 15-year-old that kind of money based on his performance, right? They're not even fully developing their mind. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Let alone in their physical, attributes. It's not there. So then that's where it becomes exploitive. You know what I'm saying? But in terms of the NIL, that's an incentive, man. You know what I'm saying? Cats who's been working on their craft and who's more mature, they have an incentive because they know there's going to be a windfall. There's going to be money there. So you're going to have more kids trying to, play sports and trying to get into college and stuff like that.
True.
I mean, I don't know how the NIL expands towards people not in college, you know what I'm saying, who's amateurs playing overseas or whatever. I don't know how it factors in that way, but in terms of just playing a sport and going from Pee Wee League up to your high school or whatever, that makes people work on their craft, man, because there's a windfall, you know what I'm saying, that comes behind it. Hey, man, if I'm athletic enough, I don't have to hustle in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I can just go out there and, you know what I'm saying, do my thing in my prospective sport.
Well, if I could just make one final point, fellas. I mean, if you factor in like the number of functioning adults who win the lottery, right? I'm talking about millions of dollars, and 5-6 years later, they fucked it all away. How in the world do you expect a child to handle that level of responsibility?
That's a good
I mean,
question.
but hopefully you got a parent. Look, yeah. No, I'm saying,
Come on, man. That's the
You
no,
bag your parent.
hold
You
on.
bag the
that's
parent,
that's
man.
that's
Listen.
that's some pie in the
Listen
sky
to what I'm saying.
bullshit, Keith.
Listen
That's some pie in the sky bullshit, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. You have a point, but it wouldn't it wouldn't fully be into the child's hand because you got his guardian, right?
Yeah.
What was the little kid off of Different Strokes? What was his name?
You talk about Gary Coleman.
Yeah, and Gary Coleman. What did his parents do?
Yeah.
I mean,
How raw did they fuck him?
Yeah.
all right, go ahead, Dion.
They fucked him raw. His parents fucked him raw.
Let me say this. I'm with Keith a little bit on far as being compensated, because remember, us kids growing up, we grew up in the ghetto. It was just fun to be playing sports because we had a chance to compete and hang out with our friends, and it was just it was a good thing for the neighborhood. It kept you out of trouble. It shows you how to have a friendship and compete with each other in a cool way. So sports brought a lot to African American communities. It really, really did. Kept us out of trouble, kept it doing. So I'm all for the NI. I can't lie to you. I really think it's positive. Kids can get on a jump start on getting started in life because they got a little bit of money. We just hoping parents. Now, guess what? Any parent, white, black, blue, orange, or green, can mess up a kid's money. It ain't definitely a race thing. It's a person thing. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, like we say, we would hope they would do right by the money. But hey, LeBron James was already getting paid in high school. Come on, man.
Right.
They were sending his mama Hummers. You know she had.
I'm not
They
pissing
giving you down payments on houses. They was already making money.
I don't want to paint a picture like I'm trying to piss on the NIL. I'm not.
No, we
absolutely
understand what you're saying.
As a matter of fact, hell, I wish we could make that shit, retroactive so I can get mine.
So I can get mine too, brother. You damn right.
And see, that's what I'm talking about.
My ultimate thing is this, man. There's not enough, first of all, for the kids who actually get the money. Nobody's talked about wraparound services for those kids, as far as education, as far as money management, as far as financial literacy. And for all the kids who don't receive that actual money, there's also still be incentive because they're out there, cashing in sweat equity and practice hours. So if they're not getting the financial benefit, then money's from that situation should be funneled into something for them, as far as some kind of educational advantage.
I'm
what I mean?
I'm gonna let you finish up, Dion. But
but you know what though, and like he said, I think it's so early in the game with it. So by being so early with it, they're gonna have to come out with some type of rules, and it got to be some underlying things that got to happen to that, because they know if you just throwing it out there, things are going to happen to people in their lives. People going to be stealing money. Family members going to be doing it. So at some point, they got to be able to control it. But it's just so new right now. They don't know. It's kind of like the transfer portal. It's all new right now. So the NIL deals are new. Transfer portal. All of this stuff is so brand spanking new. They got to come out with regulations on this and be able to control all this wide money people getting, because somebody just throw $2 and $3 million at you. That's life-changing money. That's money that can, your parents ain't gonna be wanting to go to work as easy no more.
Hell, my parents, they're not going to work.
To get up in the morning. You know what I mean?
And as soon as that money is secured, and everything seems to be cool, the first time Pop is like, "Hey man, I need you to take that trash out." I don't take no motherfucking trash out, nigga.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
you
I
talking about?
agree.
Hey,
I agree. I agree
You
with some
mean-
of that.
You mean like John Morant's
I
dad?
agree with some of that.
Fluke, go ahead,
I
finish your
agree
point.
with some of that.
We gonna-
What I think I was hearing from Jaquay, were you speaking in terms of other athletic programs on the campus, man? Because of gymnastics, you know, what would they NIL? Huh?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
What would that look like?
No,
Not-
there's a gymnast at LSU that's in the top 5 is having the most NIL endorsements in college right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it has mostly to do with personality more than
Okay, so there is an argument then.
And I get that, man. But even for them, man, I'm like the freaking ping pong team and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. It needs to be some sort of incentive for everybody, for all these kids that's putting their time and sweat into whatever they do.
You know what they do? They weigh your social media presence. I'm talking about these companies that come in. This is how the gymnast got hers, because she already had her IG was already large. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what they put their money into more than because you're famous on whatever field you're on, right?
Holy shit! I didn't know that, Keith.
So you
No,
think it's a fair balance then? If you
No,
good
it's not a
enough,
fair.
you
No,
don't push the
it's not a
sports.
fair balance. I'm saying to you is there is room for other
Okay,
sports.
all right. So
No.
the companies is like basically fair exchange ain't no robbery. I get it. I get it.
No.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Let me just say this, and then
I ain't never had it posed like that before. All right, I understand. Yeah.
and let me just say this, and then Fluke, I want you to finish up. Then we're gonna move on to the next one, right? You know, when the NIL was approved, it legalized having agents. So a lot of times when you see these situations
Yes.
where they're being offered certain amount of money, those people have agents. They have sports agents. So those agents are negotiating that money. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
I just want to throw that out there. Fluke.
I'm just saying, I'm like I'm leaning towards what Jacory was saying in terms of, say you got a volleyball player that's off the chain or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And what type of NIL deals are they getting? You know what I'm saying? Where everybody feels like it's a fair and equal thing because everybody's paying money to get into those universities, right? And they're going through their steps to get to those places. I think, do we get to the point where we exploit a 15-year-old because we see that he has athletic talent? You know what I'm saying?
But they're doing it now.
They've been doing it.
I'm saying, and you totally ignore, out of fairness, those people who stand 4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Good
who
point.
stand for near 4 years and who's dedicated to a university, but they're not getting the shine as a 15-year-old. You know what I'm saying? And they being overshadowed.
Hey, yo, look, this message is a sponsor. Fuck, never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Keith.
Keith,
Go
you
ahead.
keep cutting out. Is that me, man? Because you keep cutting out, bro.
No, it's raining here, so my joint is going in and out. I mean, it's a weak signal, but if you see me glitch, that's what it is. Let me just say this.
I personally, man, thinking about it in retrospect, I personally like, man, if I had that type of incentive, maybe I'd been a little bit more focused on my skills.
There you go with that
You
shit.
understand what I'm saying? Maybe I'd have been a little bit more focused.
We
because-
all would have been focused.
Hey,
bro.
look.
That's my point.
Look, if these motherfuckers was
Gee,
paid,
that's my point, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's my point.
Yes,
Think about
sir.
all the cats, man, that we played, that we grew up with, man, that had the athletic skill set.
Yep.
yeah.
What if they had decided, damn, that money is there?
Yeah.
Let me be better on my grades, man. My attendance in school.
Yeah.
Let me do this and do that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yo, look, I'm gonna start negotiating terms for NIL for being a hell of a man because I need that.
Hell, I'll be a billionaire.
I need that. Exactly. If we getting paid for doing the shit that we good for, shit.
No, it's interesting. That's it.
Let me acknowledge Chris Dickens, friend of the show. Glad you tuned in. I don't know you still tuning in. Our guy Eric Harris, man. I hope you're healing well, man.
What up, bro?
Glad to see you tuning
What up,
in.
though?
Yo, Big Bill Scarborough, man. Friend of the show. Glad you tuning in. Let's move on to something else. Damon Jaquari, do you have something you want to address?
Lately, man, I've been struggling with being recognized as the wise fool of my group. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The wise fool, yes, sir. Having conversations with people, man. Well, depending on the type of person you are, man, you start to be able to see when people come to you for advice, but they don't ask for advice.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They just come to you to like to hear, like to run shit past you to see, you know, exactly, you know, where you stand on it, because in truth, you know, they see you as being a pretty balanced person, but at times that's the only person that you get. And I'm not trying to say I'm not trying to blow a horn or whatever. Like, I'm just like this motherfucker sitting up on top of a mountain. Like, yeah, well, come to me. No, that's not it. You know, I'm lacking genuine conversation nowadays. Really, I mean, like outside of this platform, in my day-to-day dealings with people, I feel like I'm lacking genuine conversation, and it seems like people only come and spend time talking to me when they have an issue that they need to solve. Nobody asked me. Nobody ever asked me how I'm doing.
Hmm.
You know, that's why you know, I kind of coined the phrase "wise fool." You know, people tell you people will tell you the truth, but not, you know, not their whole truth.
Yeah.
You're the problem solving brother.
Yeah. Heavy is the crown.
You're the problem solving.
But it ain't just me. It's all of us to a certain degree.
Yeah.
You know how you filter them out? When they come with dumb shit, you say, man, you don't know whether to scratch your watch or whine your ass, man. That'll filter all that out, and then you can move on with your day, man. No, man, I'm just kidding, man. But bro, you've always been that guy, man. Always had that wisdom. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we all have. We all have. I was just speaking in the first person. That's all.
Yeah. Some people got it though.
Yeah.
You
Well, I'm
just
gonna
got
talk about.
Hey, Damon. I was going to say, Damon Jaquari hit us. He veered off and hit us in the damn head.
Yeah, because I had a little attitude. Who talking shit, bro? You know what I'm saying?
No. It was just because, you know, it's a sports show, man. I don't know sports. So I'm gonna talk about weird shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But go ahead.
I don't know if this question was sent to you, man, that you were sent out. But I want to talk about the cheating scandal with Michigan. Was that part of the question?
No, but I know you got to get it off your chest, so get it off.
Yes, sir. I certainly do, man. Listen, man, when I played in college, man, I would complain to my coach about, man, why we keep running the same plays, man. They know this shit. They're going to jump the lane. He say, man, all you got to do is execute, man. And they got to stop it. That's mano, man-to-man, whatever. You do your part because we practice it 1,000 times in practice, right? So when I thought about it, I thought about it in retrospect and in the present, I said, man, everybody damn cheat. Everybody cheat. Everybody knows. Everybody's plan of action, their game plan. Everybody knows that stuff. So I started thinking to myself, so why is it such a big deal when it comes to Harbaugh? You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at it, and here's the sad. I think this was so pathetic, man, that all the Big Ten coaches jumped on board with the commissioner to levy an early plan before the investigation was even done. You know what I'm saying? And this is how stupid I think that they are. Dude, you don't think, man, since y'all taking that route or whatever, you don't think that they can't dig up and find shit about y'all? You just open up a whole can of worms. And I think, man, in the near future, you're going to hear about Alabama cheating when they was winning national titles. You're going to hear about Ohio cheating when they was winning national titles. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part about it, if that is to occur and they vacate those titles, it don't mean shit because people watch them win those titles. So what's the point of even bringing all this stuff up? Because our cheating was more advanced than yours?
Yeah, you had a ninja. That motherfucker was a ninja.
You understand what I'm saying? This dude was a Marine captain. He covert, man.
He dressing up like technicians and coaches, and you know what I'm saying?
You know, so
sinister as hell.
Yeah.
Hey man, we want to talk about y'all and how y'all don't deserve anything because y'all cheated. They dispelled all that when they broke Ohio State off.
Yeah.
And can I say this, Matt? Can I say this real quick? Like, okay, what if Jim Harbaugh and the coaching staff, the entire freaking coaching staff, was complicit in the whole cheating scheme, right? The boys ain't got nothing to do with that. They ain't got nothing to do with that. Because it's not like the coaching staff came into the locker room and discussed this goddamn plan with them.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
They did what they was told.
Whatever the call was called, they
did
it. They executed.
Correct. I agree. It ain't like they on there telling, hey man, they about to run that play that coach just told us about.
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of y'all got to look at it just to a certain degree. If you look at it, Harbaugh had the greatest turnaround ever in college football. His first 5 years was garbage. We was like, get him out of here. We all, even us, we was like, get him out of here. He losing. We 2-6. He can't get us there. He can't get us over. Bad hire. Man, we had Harbaugh gone, bro. He was gone. The last 3 years been the most remarkable turnaround. Now, remember, when Michigan was we was on our down scale for so many years. So guess what? The SEC was rising because the only thing was really coming was Ohio State. Michigan wasn't irrelevant for 15 years. Harbaugh he turned them around. As something we have never seen before. There's been no college coach had the string and the wire around their neck like this guy. If Harbaugh would have been just a guy, even if he would have been a Michigan man, but he wouldn't have been a Michigan man with not high success like he kind of had coming from where he came from, man, we'd have pulled that plug a long time. 4 years at the max, Harbaugh would have been out of there. Period. Yeah, but since he had we gave him a little bit longer rope because we knew what type of guy he could be. So they worked with him a little bit because we felt like, who else we gonna go get? Who gonna go? What we gonna get after Harbaugh? We're gonna be right back where we was at that, which was a major setback, which Michigan wasn't relevant. Now Harbaugh got them so relevant, and guess what? They done won the Big Ten 3 years straight out. 3 straight out. Now guess what? That playoff, he done took from the SEC, Georgia, Alabama, they was getting them slots for so many years. Now Michigan became relevant,
You got a
and
point,
guess what? The SEC, like, man, you know what? Yeah, man, he have been cheating, man. Y'all need to look at that.
yeah. It's some bullshit.
You know, Ohio State, like, dude, what they doing over there?
I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, before Michigan, like you said, Dion, before Michigan went on that 3-year stint, Ohio State was a juggernaut because it was a. Now, tell me if y'all feel this, and I want your comment.
They was cheating.
No. Ohio State was an SEC team in the Big Ten.
Yes.
They had this. They had the speed. They had the monsters on D and O line, and they had the receiver.
Yes, sir.
That's SEC. Period.
And
then, giving all due respect to Damon, then Michigan became a what? SEC team.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're looking at.
Yeah.
Hey, Fluke, are we looking at an SEC team when we look at the Wolverine?
No, I'm gonna tell you what we got, man. We got a Bo Schembechler, offensive line,
the offensive line. Okay.
Big corn fed, banging. What they call them? The boa constrictors. That's what they are.
Yeah, boa constrictor. Yeah.
Bro, that's an SEC team, dog. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And look, I'm not. Let me say this real quick. I'm not jumping on the SEC bandwagon because Ohio State should have beat Georgia last year.
Yes.
They missed a field goal.
Yeah.
But honestly, when Michigan became a SEC caliber team is when they started really and truly dominating. Go ahead, Blue.
I think for me, man, is I look at the SEC. I looked up, man, the stat, man. Michigan against Alabama, man. You know it's 2-2. You know what I'm saying?
When's the last year they played?
It was a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago, or something like that, but whatever. But when you look at Alabama's and Michigan record, they're 2-2. They tied. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying if you was to put Michigan into the SEC, how many games you think they're going to win? Do you think they're going to lose against Auburn? Hell no, they're not. Matter of fact, this is people. They look at the championships coming out of the SEC. That's what they look at, but they don't look at it in its totality. They don't look at it in its totality. And the totality is this, man. The top 3 teams in the SEC either going to win a championship or they're going to go to the playoffs. The top 3. Everybody else is garbage, man. Everybody else is garbage. But because they've been winning so many championships, these diehard fans, they're going to say, well, the SEC is the best. They're not. Penn State will go to the SEC and win at least 8 or 9, 10 games. At least. You think Mississippi State gonna beat Penn State? Hell no. Do you think Auburn is gonna beat Penn State? No, it's not gonna happen. Man. But because they've been winning so many championships, everybody want to be on that bandwagon. Matter of fact, I would submit to y'all this: Alabama ain't got no business being there.
That's why. Look, that's kind of why Florida State got the Jim Johnson, because of the SEC. Because Alabama
reputation. Because of reputation.
And guess what? I look at it like this. If the SEC teams came up and played in this Midwest cold weather,
exactly.
They brains be like, what?
and as former athletes, we all know.
Man, and guess what? They had to grind out a lot of them games, but since the SEC is in the South, they get good weather every year. These boys up in the North playing in this cold conditions. They playing in all type of elements that the SEC is not playing in. Now, guess what? Guess what?
Play are all those SEC schools play Michigan at Michigan in November.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. It ain't gonna fare well. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
So that's why. Now, guess what? And I know we're gonna get more into talking about what teams should have been, what should have been in the playoffs, but it's just that I think the mentality down in the South is different. The way kids is raised, to me, it's like these boys raised on farms and they carrying hay and they slugging pigs and they doing stuff that we ain't doing in the North. We ain't doing that in the North. Come on now. Now, guess what? We got them bred big boys that the parents have probably got on some farms up here. Some of them offensive lineman guys. But the brothers down here, they just built different in the South. Meaning African American brothers, man, we so athletic. They be like 400. And they be jumping. I mean, dude, so athletic, man, is ridiculous, man. I don't think we really breeding people like that up there in the North. That's why I look at it in a different scale. Now, guess what? Heart and wanting is a whole different ball game. I think the reason Michigan is so good because Harbaugh really reaches in on those guys' heart more than anything. Because a lot of those guys, they're not as athletic as the guys in the South, in the South, man. They just not. Now, your heart is a whole totally different game because sometimes we know some guys that really wasn't as talented, but dude, you throw them on the field, dude, they gonna play it all the way to the end until they break their knuckles off, man, because they just want it that bad. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can, if you got a big heart, man, sometimes you can outwit and outplay some of the guys that's so talented with high skills. That's why the game is played on the field. That's why when the voting came out, games are played on the field, man. You can't really put stuff on paperwork and say this team is better than that team. This team is this outweigh that team. Man, you got to go line them up, and y'all already know the best games are won when everybody is doubting you, man. That's when people show up. They be like, dude, I'm about to go show this guy I can ball. Now, how many times we went to the playground and we saw dudes and guess what? We be like, I'm about to bust this butt. I'm about to bust that ass. And that boy really came around and bust your ass. Because you didn't know that cat can play. His heart, man. You can never take away the heart of a champion, man. That's why I always say, man, you got to lace them up, put people out there, man, and let people. Sometimes, guess what? The one thing about Alabama, mighty Alabama, most of the time, them boys just show up at the field. Teams is defeated because they mighty Alabama, okay? But sometimes you can send some people out there, man. They can go out there and be like, dude, I'm just as good as him. I don't care. Dude, I'm about to go out and show this boy I'm just as good as they are. And that's how upsets become upsets. That's why I hate that paperwork and the tools and the analytics and all that. Man, let's go play, man. Let's go show up. And then we can judge on paperwork. That's why, man, you can't never take away from these kids' heart, man. That's the only reason I felt like, and I know we're going to get more into the playoff situation, but you can't take away from kids' heart. You don't know what's in their hearts, man, until they get out there and play.
Now that you say that, Dion, let me ask you guys a question. Talk about the selection situation. In your opinion, why didn't Florida State get into the playoff? We'll start with you, Damon.
They said because they lost their quarterback.
I'm saying, so do you believe that? That's what I'm saying. What do you think?
I think that got in it, man, because it's all about entertainment. It has nothing to do with, who won what,
Good
any
point.
of that. The biggest game of the year is going to be Alabama against Michigan. Two stalwart teams historically
Absolutely.
Most winning
that can entertain the world. You don't put a 300-pound gladiator in the arena with somebody that's 125 pounds. There's no entertainment there. You know what I'm saying? There's no entertainment there because you know who's going to win.
I think Florida
You know.
State was 125 pounds.
No. I'm speaking in generality. I'm not talking about Florida State. I think Florida State deserved and earned to be there because they 13-0?
13-0.
They should be there. They should be there. Matter of fact, when you think about it in terms of the kids playing on the field, like D was saying, they earned that right, man. They earned that right. I don't care if it was playing against ghosts and she-herders. They didn't lose against nobody. You know, without their number one so-called Heisman candidate, they still did it.
A Power 5 school too. So that's
Power 5 school.
They still did it. You look at Alabama and Auburn, man. Auburn gave Alabama all that they could, give them. And this is the same Auburn team that lost to against New Mexico State, man.
Yeah.
Then you want to talk about, well, this is the best conference and it has more competition. Where the hell is New Mexico at? What conference they from? And they gave Auburn all they can handle. Gave them the business. And that same Auburn team almost beat Alabama. So you're going to try to justify when they play in the better conference. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, it may be 3 teams in the SEC, man, that can vie for a national title. Other than that, nobody else can. And that's been proven and documented throughout the years.
Yeah.
I agree.
Throughout the years. So don't give me that SEC is the best conference. Just play on a neutral field. When I say neutral field, I don't mean playing down in Miami, and I don't mean playing in LA or whatever. Go to Nebraska and play.
You said Nebraska. Stop playing.
Go to Nebraska and play when it's cold. And you know what I'm saying? Do that.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Jaquar,
need to mix it up a little bit.
what you think?
As far as like qualifications for the championship games or whatever, man. For me, it all equates to like stat keeping in baseball. You know how they keep every freaking stat in baseball, and they factor that into a player or a team's prowess. I think that's bullshit. The only sports you can do that in and have it truly be effective is fucking baseball. You can't do it in football. You can't. You know what I mean? Like you can't.
Analytics. That's what.
Right.
Yeah, analytics.
Right. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Come on, man.
You are exactly right, bro. Because you look at the NFL when they was trying to on 4th down, they going for that shit. They on their 30 and shit.
Right.
Hey man, you better be quiet because Dan Campbell would do that dumb shit every time. He did it.
And he's successful at it.
No, he didn't. He wasn't successful on Thanksgiving. I ride with Dan Campbell, but that was some bullshit Thanksgiving. But go ahead.
Don't sound like it to me.
Hold on for a second. Go ahead, Jaquar. Finish.
I ain't mean to cut you off, Spo, but I'm
Go ahead with that.
No, he good.
Don't sound like it to me, Negro. That's how you sounded.
What's his average, man, on 4th down?
Hold on, Fluke. Hold on. Let Jaquar finish.
No. You know, I don't know nothing about sports, man. I said that. And y'all took it up like y'all was supposed to because I ain't had no follow up, bro.
All right. No. Good, man. Good topic. Good point, Jaquar.
Hey, did I represent you well, bro?
I'm with Fluke on this one.
Yes, you did.
You know what the committee was praying, man. They was praying, dude. They wanted Georgia to beat Alabama, man. They did not want Alabama to win that game, period. If Georgia wins that game, we would not be here today. It would have been Georgia, Michigan, Washington, and Florida State.
Mm.
That's real.
Period.
That's
They
real.
would. It would have been nothing else. No, we wouldn't even be here talking about they robbed this person, they robbed that person. Dude, it came down to this. It came down to the SEC. It's been in the playoffs since day one. They have been called the biggest powerhouse conference ever to be created. There was no way Florida, if Florida State, if Georgia would have lost, Alabama would have lost to Auburn last week, Georgia would have been in. Come on, man. SEC was going to get a team in there. So, because then, therefore, if Georgia would have lost to Alabama, but Alabama had 2 losses, it was easy. Oh, no problem. Georgia go in. They won 29 straight. They good to go. We got to put those guys in, and we can throw Florida in on the back end. It's all good. When Alabama won that game against Auburn, Texas was jumping up and down. They was like, yes, that means we could get into the playoff. So guess what? It was window dressing. It was easy at that point. Now Alabama beat them. It was easier for them to say, you know what, Florida State, it's y'all quarterback. Man, y'all quarterback gonna be there, man. So we don't know how y'all gonna actually play. It don't matter, man.
But
them boys just gonna show up, man.
Dan, I'm sorry to interrupt,
Yeah.
but that is some horse shit for them. If they actually said that to Florida State, did people speculate that they said that to Florida State, or did they actually give them reason why they didn't get in the playoff? Because that's horse shit.
But they couldn't. Remember, like Deion Sanders said, he said, dude, you're not going to leave the Godfather out, man. Are you kidding me? No, he the Godfather of college football. The greatest coach ever to be on the football field, which is Alabama. And remember, Alabama had a bad year last year. They wasn't in the playoff. You think they're going to leave them out again? Absolutely not, man. Guess what? I was shocked. I thought Florida State did enough to get in. I thought I thought, hey, the SEC, no matter what, so what? The SEC just did that year.
Hey, and let me say this, man.
It's a Power 5 conference, and Clemson the way Clemson played when they was on top, earned it for the ACC.
They did.
Every single year.
They would have got in.
No,
At the end of the day, for me, man, is this the Alabama-Michigan game is huge for this reason and this reason alone, man. The fact that I'm a diehard Michigan football fan, that's number one. And number two, Alabama integrated goddamn college football. It's wonderful.
No.
What?
That was,
right. No.
What?
It was integrated way before then. See, you were looking at the documentary when USC that was fully integrated came down and stumped a mud hole in their ass.
That's what it was, USC.
Don't give them racist bums no credit, man. I'm sorry. And I don't have nothing against Alabama. You feel what I'm saying? But don't give it to them.
All right.
Hold on. And guess what?
Wait. My bad. I had bad information. My bad.
Well, guess what? Hold on. Remember, with Florida State, they say their quarterback situation. Remember, Michigan lost their number 1 guy last year, Blake Corum.
The running back.
Blake Corum probably was about to get the Heisman last year before he blew his knee out. Guess what? They ain't say nothing about Blake Corum because Donovan had my man, they backup running back, Donovan.
Donovan,
he had a heck of a game against Ohio State. It went away. It was nothing. If they would have came in to Blake Corum. Blake Corum was the best player last year. And guess what? Blake Corum's still the guy scoring 24 touchdowns this year. But guess what? If Blake Corum would have been out, they still would have put him in because they'd have been like, oh, Michigan got other players, man. They just as good. So we already know that Florida State thing was just a bunch of hogwash, bull crap, whole nine, and they kept it moving. they wanted the two most winning football teams ever created in college. Michigan is number one, Alabama number two. They the most winning programs ever created in college. And guess what? They going to the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl. Are you kidding
Yeah.
me?
Look at the venue. Exactly. You are absolutely right, man.
Dude.
You are absolutely right.
Dude, they're going to get about 30 million viewers, man. Are you kidding me, man?
Hey, Damon, you had something to say, but let me read this comment on the screen. Keith Barnes. He said, "What up, brothers? This is Keith Barnes. You're on point with the conference points you're making, right?" He said the A conference was 6-4 against the SEC this season, right? But he said, but Florida State could not be in it. LOL. And as far as Georgia goes, none of those teams in the playoffs, including Alabama, want Georgia at all in the playoffs.
If Georgia was in the playoffs today and they played, they could very well win the national title, man.
Yes, I agree.
They could,
I
and I'm a
agree.
Michigan fan, diehard.
Yeah, me too.
So why in the hell they ain't in the
Michigan,
playoffs?
it's Washington, it's Michigan, Washington, Alabama, and who else?
Texas.
Michigan,
What?
Alabama,
No,
Washington.
I had no idea. So they lost. First of all, this is what I'm talking about. They lost one game. Georgia lost one game and missed the playoffs.
Yes,
and was
sir.
number one the whole year.
Yep.
Stop playing with
And
me.
you want to know what
man.
the killer?
But
You want to know what the killer is, Keith? Last year, Ohio State lost one game against Michigan. They was in the playoffs and almost beat Georgia.
Sure it did.
They almost beat them.
Almost
You see what I'm saying?
Baseball
You know,
stats, fellas.
I was
Baseball
going for
stats.
Georgia, though. I can't lie. I ain't want Ohio State to win.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's just like Deion said. It's just like Deion said. They want to see these historical teams play against each other. That's going to dispel that whole argument about who's better, Big Ten or SEC.
In the hold on, and the granddaddy of them all, dude, the Rose Bowl.
Exactly.
Man, dude, do you know what type of money they about to make? What?
It's gonna be. It's
Oh my, dude, Florida State wouldn't have got one half of that money, man. You got Alabama. Hold on. Hold on. Just for the headlines, you got Harbaugh been out for 6 games, suspended. Tournament. Is he gonna stay? Is he gonna leave? You got Nick Saban. Did he fall off? We trying to see if he gonna make a comeback with his squad to see if they can uplift Michigan and become the champions of the big SEC all over again. Can Alabama run through? Dude, the headlines is amazing.
It's
Can y'all see this right here?
That's amazing. Oh, it's
Oh
about
my,
to lose.
dude, they're gonna be walking away with about $200-300 million just off that one game, man.
Well, hell, and I would make that money just off parking there,
Man, dude, well, hold on. Was no way Florida State. Hey, guess what, Florida State? We appreciate 13-0. You did great, man.
You know what's so
y'all
crazy
want to go
about
to the
this?
game? I'll fly y'all all out.
And you know what's so crazy about this is Florida State is actually a blue blood. So it's not like there was some team that just came out of the blue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that what that does, that adds to the conspiracy. That's what you know what I'm saying. It's like
Can I ask you guys this? Okay, you just said the Rose Bowl alone is going to clear $200-300 million, right?
Easy.
Okay, how does that money, or does it, in your opinion, factor into the NIL shit? Do you think those kids? Do you think those kids should get a chunk of that money?
Yeah.
they're not gonna get it though.
I know they did
Exactly.
They
And that is why they allowed this NIL bullshit to slip through the fucking cracks. So motherfuckers wouldn't look at the real money.
Explain to me how they're not gonna get part of that money.
Oh, they're going.
No. So here's the thing. I'm gonna give you mine, and then Dion, you can go.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Fluke. First of all, you know how you pay ahead of schedule, even though you know the back.
Can't hear you, bro.
I can't
Yeah,
hear
your
you.
voice went out, Keith.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
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 Okay. I pulled the plug out. You know how the front end money, like, yo, I'll give you such and such amount if you play for me here, even though I know I'm getting this on the back end if everything work out. That's what's going on. In the NIL, it's two different things in the NIL. It's the name, image, and likeness, right?
Yeah.
But what they did was, it's called PAC money. And what PAC money is the money that put prior to the NIL, this is the money that put colleges on probation. You see what I'm saying? This is alumni money. This is alumni money to go to the players.
I understand that.
I'm talking
Alumni
about all
money.
the,
I understand
all the
that
players.
part of it. Yeah.
But see, no, I'm talking about the
And
PAC money.
corporations.
But
I
the
don't know
pool,
what PAC. I don't know what that
there-
means.
The
PAC.
corporations
there-
have nothing to do with it.
there
NIL
there
is
is
the
an
corporation.
alarming
The
there is
PAC
an,
money is
there is
Go
an
ahead.
alarming disparity in the size of the money pools, though. Keith, is my
of
point.
course. I get that. I'm not disputing that.
What do you mean
No,
by
I
the
would
PAC
say-
money? What
So
does that mean?
so the
That's the money.
the NCAA is still they still getting away with murder.
NCAA don't have nothing to do with the NIL.
The NCAA, they're the ones reaping the benefits of all these goddamn
They're
bowl
not.
games.
They're
How
not.
much-
No. They getting the bowl money, Jaquari.
Yeah.
What are you
Yes.
talking about?
That
They
that's
are getting the bowl
separate.
games.
It has
That
nothing to
was
do with
that was the point in the first place, wasn't it?
what they look. To me, this is my opinion. The NCAA said, you know what? This name, image, and likeness, we're gonna let y'all rock with it. Because what they did was throw their hands up.
We're gonna let y'all rock with this so y'all don't touch our shit
Oh,
or
yeah.
ask about
Yeah,
our
yeah,
shit no more.
Exactly. And
they-
the
but
thing
they-
about it is, I'm
it is-
gonna throw my hands up. I'm gonna let you fuck it up. That's
has
what they're
not-
doing.
I'm
But-
gonna tell you exactly
about
what
it,
that
though,
money
You
is.
talking about the NCAA? That's exactly what they're doing.
It has not.
But the NCAA, Jaquari, hold on.
It has
The
not.
NCAA
It has not released their motherfucking exploitative hand on the motherfucking kids. It has not in any way.
It does because they're getting their money is not going to be touched. The TV money, merchandising, and all of that, they can't fuck with it. The NIL is separate from all of that.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking
The
about
PAC money and the NIL is separate from whatever the NCAA.
you're talking about on that team with the 100+ players on that team. The NCAA can still deal with them, but those guys that's getting NIL money, that's separate from them, and they're just watching and waiting to see if that fails.
And that's exactly what they did. They threw them. They didn't give no instructions. They didn't do anything. They just threw them out there. What hurt them was it legalized having agents. And the agents was like, yo, let's not fuck up our money. Let's do this right with the right lawyers and all that entertainment lawyers and everything. That's who's involved in the NIL right now.
Let me say this, because you wonder where the money going. First of all, the money is, they probably gonna set $50 million to the side for Jim Harbaugh and the university, what they can do. That money will be able to go after players that is on the fence, that's top-notch players. They'll be able to slide them in because they got more money to offer them on that NIL deals. That's number one. Number two, just think if Keith was getting recruited like he did back in the day. He was a young kid coming in. Would you think I would say, hey, Keith, you want to come to the Rose Bowl? Bring your mom and daddy. I got front row tickets for you and your family. He one of the top recruits that's about to come out here. Do you know he would be sitting at the Rose Bowl looking around with his eyes like this? He'd be like, I'm going to Michigan, period. Ain't even nothing else. So right there, you bringing recruits in that's all, man, they probably got about 10 to 20 kids that's going to be going to the Rose Bowl. I promise you that. So
probably more than that, Deion.
Probably more than that. I'm just throwing it out there. It's going to be a flumper of kids going there. That's going to be, eyes going to be booming. So that money is going there. Then guess what? They're going to be able to keep the alumni happy because all this money that's going to be getting raked through the university, man, everybody going to be getting a piece of it. The boosters happy. They going to be able to throw money out. The money is going to be spread out certain type of way. And guess what? Dude, before they even got there, they already calculated, man. Do you know they already offered Jim Harbaugh a $66 million deal yesterday? They know where the money is. I didn't know that. They offered Jim Harbaugh a $66 million. He getting paid $11.5 million a year. More than Nick Saban. Nick Saban.
So D, that should keep his ass out the end.
That's what they trying to do. They don't want him to walk. Dude, the money is getting already spent.
The money is good.
The money is already getting spent.
The money is good for the talent.
Every year that Jim Harbaugh has coached the University of Michigan, he has applied for an NFL job.
Yep.
So I don't give a fuck how much money you giving Jim. If the right fucking job come, he gone.
I want him gone. I'm gonna be honest with you because I'm a diehard fan. He needs to go, man, because he keep flirting with the idea that he finna leave. That hurts recruiting and all that, man.
Yeah, man, but they ain't gonna let Jim go because guess what? He done beat Ohio State 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row he done beat Ohio State.
But how long he been there?
He been there 8 years, yeah.
And he got his ass beat how many years in a row?
6.
6. I'm talking about handed to him.
Handed to him. And guess what? A remarkable
Ohio State been digging in there.
So a remarkable turnaround. Guess
ain't nothing you can say about that.
Man, and guess what? They ain't let Jim Harbaugh leave, man. If they got to offer Jim Harbaugh $13 million a year, man, they're going to offer him $13 million, man. They not letting Harbaugh walk out the door, man.
Let me before we move on, let me ask you a question. Do y'all think Jim Harbaugh is an asshole and nobody likes him?
I don't think he's really an ass. I just think he's a weird dude. Like, he's a complicated guy. He's the type of guy you ask him a question, Jim Harbaugh just quick and short with it, or he'll go around it. He's that type of dude.
I think Bill Belichick is a goddamn asshole just by his press conferences, man.
But he's
I'll say
it don't matter.
I'll say I think if Harbaugh coached against Michigan, he'd be the same person.
He's a dickhead. Look, he was a dickhead at Stanford. He was a dickhead with the San Francisco 49ers.
I don't know. They talk about you say he a dick. I don't see evidence.
No. I'm saying what. Listen, this is why I say that. Remember when we had the motherfucking monster with the Lions and Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah.
I mean that defense that was the all-world defense, right?
That was with Stewart. He was the head.
You remember the year that they went to the Super Bowl, San Francisco?
Yeah.
Remember what was our coach name?
Yeah. They almost got into it. Yeah.
They almost got into it.
Stewart, right? When he
Yeah. And Jim was on that bullshit. And he
Jim. That's right, Jim. That's right. I forgot that was him. Yeah.
That was him.
Guy. Yeah, it sure was.
I don't, man. You know, I was fortunate enough.
No, not Jim Caldwell. It was the other white guy.
No, Stewart. He's the DO for Cleveland right now.
Yeah, he the DO for Cleveland. Okay, that's him. That's him.
Yeah. And that was why. Remember that year. That's when San Francisco went to the Super Bowl with Kaepernick. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And our Lions was the shit too. we had the best defense in the NFL, period. I mean, and we was fucking with our, our broke down fucking Super Bowl winning quarterback at fucking LA. That motherfucker. But it is what it is.
What's his name? Stafford.
Now hold on now. Is that the year they played? They was in the that wasn't. They was in the playoff. That was with the brother.
I mean,
Cowboy, when they
Cowboy.
got dick with
With
his Cowboy, they got dick.
What you?
That was our
well,
Super Bowl year too. I know that.
Yep, I believe that too, Keith.
I mean, if you're talking about, first of all, why would you either want to go to the NFL? The NFL is so much pressure, it's headaches. You got to deal with contracts. You got to deal with players.
You talking about in terms of NIL?
Man,
You talking about
I'm
Harbaugh.
talking about coaches.
Harbaugh.
I'm talking about coaches. If I'm a coach, I'm going to. First of all, when you go to a university, they buy you a house. you get the Spence account on everything. Your wife is squared away. You just a part of the university. They take care of you. You go to the NFL, they patting you on the back, man. But the lease is so short.
Yeah, but Deion, how many years was he coaching with San Francisco when he went to the Super Bowl?
What, 3-4 years?
About
Yeah,
that.
so he drunk off of that.
Yeah, but guess what?
I can't blame him if he decide he want to go back, man.
But look, he went
Especially
to
if
the
he had the
Super
right
Bowl.
team.
So look, he went to the Super Bowl one year, and after he went to the NFC Championship.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, so that's
I
what
agree.
I'm saying. He wants to go back because he think that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I can't be mad at him if he make that
But he
decision.
got
I
to be
can't be
dealing
mad
with
at him.
owners, though. He got to deal. Man, Jim
Man.
Harbaugh at Michigan, they let him do whatever he want to do at this point now. Anything he want to do, man.
Listen,
They ain't giving Jim
Harbaugh-
Harbaugh no resistance at Michigan.
it's been 8 years since Harbaugh left San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
When he left, they was in the shitter. Real talk.
yeah.
Now they on the come up and they trying to get back to where the hell he
No.
put them before they fired him.
Well, I mean, they've been there though, because they already got into the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
they went to the
They
Super Bowl.
they ain't on the
When?
come up. They there.
when have they been
Probably
into
best
the
team
Super
in
Bowl
football.
since Harbaugh?
They lost to who they lose to? Did they lose to in the
They
NFC?
lost to Baltimore.
This
Harbaugh against Harbaugh.
No,
they
lost
haven't
to
been
Kansas
back
City.
since.
They lost in the
The
Super Bowl.
Kansas City. They lost to Kansas City.
They lost to Kansas City in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already
They-
there. They there. That Brock
Pat-
Purdy
Was,
wouldn't
was,
have got
was
hurt
it
last year.
Pat?
They
Was
been
it Pat
there.
Mahomes' first year that they won the Super Bowl?
Yeah, his second year. Second year. he was in the league.
Yeah. Pat Mahomes, Kansas City beat
San
beat San
Francisco.
Francisco.
They
Yep.
beat for his first Super Bowl. So I'm saying San Francisco already then came back. I'm Jim Harbaugh. I gotta weigh my options, man. I'm thinking like, do I want to go and deal with the NFL, the drama of the NFL? Now, guess what? This is what I would do. If I win me a national championship this year, I did my job. I might be open to going back to the NFL and be able to be
That's what
and do a Jimmy Johnson type deal.
that's what he banking on.
If he win it this year, I won't be mad at him. Do you, man? You know what I'm saying?
That dude was at the heat. Man, that dude took goddamn San Francisco from being a sucky ass team to being in the conference titles and the Super Bowl. That's all he know. He don't know anything else other than that.
That's why he keep trying to go back.
Well, I mean, he done brought Michigan back to prominence. So if he
He did.
decide to walk, I think we'll be okay because Michigan is back where they need to be.
Yeah.
I think they could bring somebody in, Jim Harbaugh, and be like, this guy be that guy, which hopefully the brother be the first one in line. Since my man did this thing when Jim Harbaugh was sitting down.
But that Michigan is not gonna give him the job, but
I
he's
know.
gonna get a D1 job somewhere.
That'd be foul.
If Jim Harbaugh leaves
That'd
Michigan,
be foul.
if Jim Harbaugh leave Michigan, then Deion Sanders gonna take his job.
No.
I would hate to see that.
Why?
Hopefully, no. I tell you what, I would love to see it as long as his sons have graduated and went to the NFL.
Deion,
Whole thing.
No.
You know
Let me
what?
tell you, I love Deion, but I'm so tired of Shador. He is being punished every game. He's doing everything he can to do this. He's doing that. He complained, bro. We know. We seen him set 50 fucking times. We seen that.
Yeah.
I mean, no disrespect to Coach Prime. No, it had nothing to do with that. Quit saying that. Make the fucking adjustment.
I'm gonna tell you what I wish, man. I wish Deion, that's part of his persona, man. That hype and all that shit.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, man, you do not go into Power 5 school, and if your first year you going to the damn playoffs. That shit don't happen nowhere. Never have, and it never will.
He almost could have pulled it off.
4-7.
But they got. But you know what happened? He lost a couple of his major players. Yeah, he lost a couple of his major players.
Okay, then so when you move into that position, it's all a head game. It's a mind game. You got people coming from the portal and all this different stuff, right? Dude, you're not beating the Nick Sabans or Jim Harbaughs and all these other cats. You're not beating them, man.
It's not going to happen.
You need at least 3 to 4 years to establish yourself, winning some bowl games and all that. You don't go from 11-1 into a bowl game, dude. And that's just 6 games.
But here's the thing. This is my point, and this what I'm gonna elaborate on is the fact that I saw Colorado who had 85 new players.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw them hit the fucking wall at 4 wins, right? 2 of those they should have won. They should be in the bowl right now, right? But
correct.
They were not a good team.
They wasn't.
The reason why?
At the end of the year,
they could not protect their quarterback.
Yeah.
And they were dropping back too much in the passing situation to protect the quarterback, and they did not utilize the run.
I'm
not being an armchair guy. This is just obvious stuff. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So them winning 4 games.
Oh, that's a win. That's an accomplishment.
That's a freaking win, man.
Yeah. But you got celebrities on the sideline.
Now
they on TV. They on TV the whole time, and I'm like, they're gonna lose against Colorado State or some old bullshit team like that. They don't have the players, and the culture is not established, man.
Okay, let me ask you.
Get rid of 70% of the team?
No, he ain't get rid of them. They left. But look, let me say this to you.
Yeah, they left.
I want the 3 of y'all to really and truly answer this for me. With the celebrities who showed up, right?
To the games.
In your opinion, was that a bad thing or was it a good thing? We'll start with you, Jaquar. And then Fluke, we'll go to you, and then we'll go to you, Deion.
Well, I hate to answer your question by asking the question, but when he was at Jackson State, did any celebrity show up then?
Yeah, they did.
Not like they did here. Yeah.
Not like in Colorado, but they showed up, though.
Well, therefore, I don't have any issue with it. I don't have any issue with it. I mean, if it was happening from day one, then, I don't get me wrong. Being a football purist, no, it ain't got no fucking place on the sideline. It ain't got. I mean, get the fuck out the way. You try to do a damn TikTok fucking on the sideline and shit during the middle of a fucking game. No, get the fuck out of here. But I mean, if it was happening, since it's been happening from the gate, and he had seen fit to stop it. I don't have no opinion on it.
No doubt. Okay. Fluke.
My thing is this, man. You starting anew at a program, coming from a successful situation that you were in. You're coming from that. You know what I'm saying? Put your head down, bring in the people that you need that's going to make shit happen. This dude on there talking about, Well, the offensive line ain't doing their job, but there is a trans portal happening, shit like that. That shit. How do you need a player on your team that's going to be there with you from beginning to end, all 4 years? That's going to send that message out to everybody. This is how we do it, and this is how we do shit here. You just don't bring no new cat in here, man, and say, "I just want playing time." No, there has to be a system and a tradition there. He tried to jump the damn line. You know what I'm saying? And the whole time I'm listening to him, and I'm with him. The whole time I'm like, man, coach, man, just put your head down and just grind. You won the team won 1 game last year, win 4 or 5 this year, or 6 and go to a bowl. You know what I'm saying? Then you can go back and say, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
But you don't get all these cats who, let's face it, let's be honest about this stuff. Cats that come from the portal and stuff like that, it's cats that don't get playing time.
It's real.
They don't get playing time. You know what I'm saying? What are you establishing with them, man? When you talk, you have this highfalutin ass attitude. These cats looking for somebody to say, okay, man, you didn't get a chance last time, but let's prove to them that they made a mistake not playing you. That's the mindset and the attitude that you have. He came in like, I'm prime time, and I'm coaching, and they better do what they're gonna do. That's a mistake, man. How many people have left Colorado in the portal since their last game?
Yeah, that's real.
Now, I want to stick my flag onto the Colorado program.
But that has
as a black man, just being honest.
But be honest though, that has a lot to do with the kid too. But go ahead. And
but the kid has to see a situation where if I'm transferring from Florida State to Colorado, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna hitch my wagon to this black man who gives me inspiration or whatever. I'm gonna stick my flag to him, and we finna show the world, because this cat wouldn't give me no playing time. We finna show the world. No, man, you have to build from that. I'm speaking in terms of the kid and their mindset and their mentality. You have to build from that. You're not finna transfer from Florida State or Utah or wherever and come into Colorado and think y'all finna just take over the world. This cat's been there. Nick Saban been there for 100 years, man. He knows how to win. And winning is not just bringing anybody else in. He got 5 stars on the bench that's not getting playing time, bro.
That's real.
That's so true.
You know what I'm saying? And you telling me because you get 2 or 3 5-star guys, it's gonna make a difference? No, what's gonna make a difference is if you build a culture, man.
Yeah.
And you disavowing that statement that you're trying to make with those kids that you're bringing in. That, hey, you know what? I'm on the hot seat too, simply because I'm a black man and I'm voiceless and I'm prideful. But let's make that pride mean something, because of my Deion Sanders is the best safety, not safety, but
D-back,
cornerback
ever played the game. Might have been the best athlete that ever played the game in the NFL.
It's arguably, yeah.
Right. He did that shit from a standpoint, but not where he ended up, but what was his maturation process, man? He had to build himself from that. You know what I'm saying? And he reaped the benefits afterwards, but you have to do that stuff with kids too, man. They come in, hey, man, I'm with Coach Prime now, and I'm a 5-star. You a 5-star who was at another school who didn't get no time, dude.
And there's a reason. It's a reason why you didn't get any time.
Exactly, and that's what happened to them this year. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Go ahead, Deion.
I mean, I kind of agree with Fluke with a lot of what he's saying, because I felt like Deion he's so polar. He's such a polarizing type of character out here. He been on top for a long, long time. So you coming from being prime time, his character he been for so many years. Then he got all this publicity over at Jackson State. You bring it to Colorado. I think he gave the kids too much too fast, meaning he came out the gate, he made it bigger than life. And remember, he got built up so fast. And remember, Keith, he went into there. I got receipts, man. I got receipts. You was one person. You know, he was hitting the media right away. And you can't. So I felt like he put a lot of pressure on the kids.
Yep.
So every week they were hunted. You see what I'm saying? If he was kind of cool a little bit, and remember, everything was about his son driving a $400,000 car. Their jewelry getting robbed up in the locker room. We don't even need to know about that stuff, man.
Not at all.
Guess what?
At
Since
all.
it was prime time, we heard about that stuff. I just really felt like if they would have kept a little bit to themselves, man, them boys be playing in a bowl game next week, because he brought a lot of anger attention where everybody wanted their heads, man. And them boys had to go out. And guess what? Shedeur, he was the only thing they really had. And he had to go out and play a perfect game every single week.
Too, though.
Every single, but Shedeur had to play a flawless game every single week. It's no way you could do that, man. And guess what? Once he started getting sacked all the time, Keith, dude, guess what? Their confidence started going down.
Hey, Dion, they pass too much. They pass.
But they had no running game, so we
no. But Dion, they did not know if they had a running game at all, because that's all they did was pass the ball. You see,
correct.
The running game, you got to develop it. You got to develop, Jaquari, you can speak on this. You got to develop your offensive line. They got to be, because the running game is instinctual. You know you got to be in a particular place, but the thing about it is you got to feel where you got to be. They never did that. They passed the ball constantly.
Yeah, but guess what? They had to do that because they couldn't run the ball, because the boys was getting up for these boys. They was anything. They was getting up for them boys, man. They was like playing like, man, Colorado coming to your city or whatever was like a Super Bowl team coming in. Them boys was ready to shut everybody up.
The thing about it is Colorado, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. Colorado was ahead of its time. So these different teams that they played in the Pac-10, because it's the last year of the Pac-10, these kids in their minds and their coaches saw it. We need to prove that these guys, even though these guys is doing some guys that don't know nothing about, having endorsement money. Colorado had endorsement money across the board. So they had social media where why they got, you know why they got robbed in USC? Because they're all on there with their big ass dookie change, right? That's real.
Flashing their watches.
Yeah, once they got money, think about it. Because I follow them, I follow Colorado, I follow Deion Sanders, and that's all they ever promoted, because that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I agree.
I don't see nothing wrong with it, especially if them kids was getting a piece of that money, right? But yo, you on here talking about your little $5,000 thing that you just got, and then you come into my city, and I'm a thief,
Yeah.
and I got access to where your locker room is.
I'm coming to get it.
I'm coming to get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that's what they were forgetting. And my thing is, you had Jackson State, and they was robbing you all the time.
Yeah.
Why would you
That
think?
was crazy, man. That's
Why
what blew
would
my
you
mind
think
too.
this wouldn't happen at Colorado? That's all.
Yeah. You know what's crazy, man? I remember Chuck D, man. It was like, man, all y'all rappers, man, want these big ass chains, and y'all doing these tours and all that stuff, and you don't expect a motherfucker to come and get that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't expect that? I mean, that's just common sense. But
Yeah.
you know, I think that my last point. I think that, man, I want to be a fan of Deion, man. But
I am.
I am. I'm a fan.
I want
I
to be a
just
fan. I'm talking about his team. I'm a fan of him individually because
Yeah.
he's proven he's that.
Yeah.
When he walk in the room, it changed the damn environment.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying in terms of his team, dude, put your head down, bring your people that you need, and become relevant. In the next 5 years, man, if he do this shit right, he gonna be in the top 10.
He is.
He gonna be in the top 10. Because
Yeah.
goddamn, bro, we just talking about Michigan and Alabama. Everybody don't want to go to cold ass Colorado, man.
Right.
It
Correct.
has to be a philosophy set there.
It's like Michigan.
He's the man. You're right, Deion. He's the man to do it. So,
Yeah.
last question of the night, and we're gonna switch it up because we've been on this testosterone thing, right? I was talking to one of my friends, and he was talking to me about. I was talking to Damon about this too. I think I might have talked to you about this, Damon. Jaquar. The WNBA, right? And the reason why I watch the WNBA because I believe in basketball at its purest.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe WNBA players are so much fundamentally sound than NBA guys, meaning their footwork and their shooting touch and everything, right? So my friend Ted said to me, Keith, he challenged me. He said, I would tell you that the best high school boys team will play any WNBA team and beat them. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't agree with him, but what I want to do is two things. Tell me if you agree, and if you don't agree, tell me why. If you do agree, tell me why. Then second question is, why does professional women's sport not get the attention that men gets? Everybody got me?
Yep.
All right, Deion, we'll go with you first.
Well, the first one is, why can a major high school basketball team be the a WNBA team? Appears on the team. If you're talking a top-notch team, then who won the WNBA this year? Las Vegas Aces.
Yeah.
They won. That girl Asia Wilson, she a bad girl.
Yeah.
Now, if you gave me a team like Kevin Garnett's team in high school, them boys would have ran them girls, man. I ain't gonna lie. Them boys were so good.
Why? Because they're more athletic.
They was more athletic.
They were better
Them
basketball.
boys was more athletic. I mean, Kevin Garnett was a beast in high school, man.
Oh, no, no doubt.
He was a beast in high school. So it just kind of depends on who you might be. LeBron James' team was a beast in high school. Them girls wouldn't be LeBron James in high school, man. LeBron was a bad boy in high school. Shoot, hold on. Allen Iverson, man. Allen Iverson, he just walking around with a chip on his shoulder.
But Deion, now we talking about individuals. I'm talking about actual teams.
Well, okay. Well, I'm going back. I'm going with Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, they squad won, I think like 40 games in a row, some ridiculous number, something like that. They had one boy on there. He didn't make it to the league. He got caught up on some stuff. And but I think Kevin Garnett, oh man, and they squad then, I think they could have hung with them girls with no problem, man.
Okay.
They could have
Shaquar.
hung with them girls, no problem.
Shaquar.
2 points, man. 2 points. Number 1, Clarissa Shields. Number 2, Alyssa Baumgartner.
Okay.
Now, I defy you to. I'm talking about boxers, professional male boxers. I defy you to put anybody that's not a champion or a contender in the ring with them and have them survive. Those two young ladies regularly beat the shit out of their opponents, and I have no doubt that if I got into the ring with them, they would beat the shit out of me.
Yep.
So as far as girls not being able to do it, if you believe that, number 1, you've never played a goddamn a quarter of basketball, football, or anything, because you don't have what it takes to gauge athletic prowess. You don't. Just because an athlete doesn't have a set of nuts does not subtract from their desire, their skill set, or the very reason they participate in that sport, man. Give them they do. Give them they do, man. Stop pissing on them, for real.
All right, answer this for me, Jaquari. Then we'll go to you, Damon. What about the chin?
What about the chin?
I mean, the skill level, I understand, on point. But what about the chin? Being able to take a punch.
Well, yeah, I'll give you that. I mean, but the same thing could be said about a man.
No. I agree. This is not a debate. I just want to throw that at you and see how, what, as far as what you thought about it.
Yeah, as far as taking a punch, man, I mean that's what they signed up for.
Yeah.
That's what they signed up for. And as a boxer, as a male boxer, if you got into the ring with them and didn't give it your full 100%, then you a bitch. I mean, seriously. I mean, just the simple fact that y'all in the ring, that y'all are in the ring or on the court together, that should earn your respect right there.
You say she trying to knock you the fuck out.
She trying to put you down, yeah.
And the truth about it is that if that man feels that he's gonna be categorized as a bitch, he's gonna knock that fucking woman the fuck out, man.
See, that's the only problem with the scenario you gave me, Jaquari, is the fact that whether that woman was able to receive the punch and then reciprocate.
The oohs and ahs gonna get her ass kicked.
I get it.
You might be able to receive it, right? Because I seen a woman. I was in the after hours club, and this dude was about 6'3", and it was his girlfriend. And I guess his girlfriend was out of pocket, or she caught him sneaking. This dude came up, Pat Diesel dude. He came up and hit her with a bolo across the chest. Aha!
Yep.
Right? She shook that off. Like, that ain't nothing. She hit him with a 2-piece, didn't knock him out. But that man was so embarrassed because he had that free shot on his woman, which he was out of pocket in the first fucking place.
Dang.
Did he pull out his knife or gun, man?
She shook it off. But look, Fluke, you know she was looking for that pistol. But go ahead, Fluke, what you think?
Hey, man.
Go ahead, Fluke.
No, I was just gonna say, man, King, you are familiar with the Spartan 300, right?
Yeah.
Well, that was a beef that King Xerxes' father had started with the Spartans, and basically Greece. And he sent them a message one day before he decided to invade them. He said, when I come, I'm going to shoot so many arrows that it's gonna block out the sun. And fuck, that was never mind. I'm sorry. That it was heavy. I fucked it up, but it was heavy.
Hell yeah, it's a block
ahead.
out the sun. That's heavy as hell.
It was heavy.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I ain't got nothing, man. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Fluke.
Here's my thing, man. And this is just dealing with reality, man. You got women who are powerful athletes in terms of what a woman is. in terms of powerful athlete, they get my respect hands down, man. But we venturing off into silly season, man. When you try to make those women compete with men.
Yeah.
Old girl said, Williams, Serena. She said they asked her a question. They said, "Can you beat the lowest man in the circuit? You know, on the tour, but can you beat him?" She said, "No, I can't beat him." You know what I'm saying? No, I can't beat him. And that was the most honest answer that anybody can give because it's not factual, man, unless some lucky shit happened, man. If a man is determined not to lose against a woman, he's not, man.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to make it. I didn't want to turn it into a male against female competition. I was just using that as an example.
Right. What the point I'm making is that it's okay to have a separate competition. You talk about the WNBA, Keith, and white people ain't paying attention to it. They don't get to shine like the NBA. For a person like me, it doesn't matter because I got 2 daughters. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I could watch an NBA game and be like, man, why am I watching these sucker ass dudes? Everybody gunning, ain't nobody trying to win. It's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I can watch a WNBA game and be like, damn, they getting down. In mid-season, they getting down.
Yeah.
So it's all predicated on what your interests are, man.
What would it take for you to wear like a Detroit Shock jersey if they still existed?
Because they won a championship, I would wear that joint, man.
Without hesitation, man. I wouldn't even hesitate.
Me too.
That's good to hear.
I don't get confused with. You have to ask yourself, man, as a man. I'm not even going to factor in raising daughters and stuff like that. I'm just talking about in the name of competition, as it is. You know what I'm saying? Isn't it incumbent upon you to appreciate that shit, man?
The whole point.
Yeah.
We're not talking about the revenues that they create. We're talking about watching women come together and just battling that shit out. That is the thing, man, that I can appreciate because I understand what it means to compete. You understand what I'm saying? And the people that's watching you, they don't know no ins and out. I could have sprained my ankle in practice, man, and I'm not at my 100%. But when I go out there and I give 100% and I win, the people who know I was injured say, "That's a hell of a dude, man," because he ain't making the excuses and shit. You know what I'm saying? We can come up with 100 excuses why we can watch the damn whatever the hell they doing in the NBA right now, that little tournament bullshit.
Right.
You don't
You know
like
what I'm saying? I like the tournament as it pertains to there's $500,000 and people down the bench get that money. $500,000 don't mean shit to LeBron James, man.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? But those cats at the end of the bench who's making
maybe
250.
800,000.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? That shit makes a difference to them. So they're gonna go out there and they're gonna play for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I respect LeBron James because he's giving it 100% because he wants his teammates to get that money.
Yeah.
And it don't matter anything to him. That's how I see the WNBA. Those women are playing for what is the average salary? 250 plus?
Yeah.
No, man. It's lower than that, but go ahead.
Well, the average salary, right. The top players making that.
I'm just saying, I can't come to the damn game and appreciate that they going through a rigors of a WNBA schedule through injury and all that shit. I can appreciate that they giving me their best shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With the money they making, here we are talking about load management. The fuck that shit come from? What is that?
Well, you know what though, because Keith spoke on why we can't get with it with women playing sports, and the reason that being because we don't look at women as athletes. We look at women as vessels. We just want to be able to caress them.
Hold on.
Hey,
I'm just telling you.
No. Hey, Q, allow him to finish. But I got daughters and a wife, man.
Hold on. I'm not trying to stop you, Dion. Go ahead and finish what you're saying.
Well,
let me get this out first.
Okay.
Wow. Now, go ahead.
Okay. I'm saying that we always think of women in the kitchen, in the bedroom, cooking, cleaning.
Hey, man.
Hey, hold on.
Hey,
listen,
man,
we talking real or what we talking? Hey, at this particular point, I love to see women playing sports. I love to see women playing sports.
Yeah.
We just telling you what society haven't got there yet because we look at women in certain lights. We look them at as feminine. They're feminine. We're not used to them being strong like men. We can't get with that. And that's the reason why sports haven't turned into a. And guess what? I love watching the WNBA. I love watching college basketball.
I want to follow up.
But we looking at women. They figure like women are acting like men, and they haven't got there.
I'm quite sure the first person to ever whoop my ass was a woman. So, you know what I'm saying? So,
man, we talking 1,000.
I'm gonna kick you in the nuts, and then she kick you in your shit, and you on the ground talking about what the hell happened.
Yeah, I would for it.
I'm gonna tell you like this here, man, real talk. And this is just my experience. I can't speak for anybody else, but the most competitive and vicious person in terms of competition is women, man. They cutthroat with this shit.
I believe that.
They cutthroat with it, man. You know what I'm saying? They don't make no excuses. None of that. They're just what it is. And it's about winning.
And Dion, the reason why Jaquari and myself have not disagreed with Damon is because the women are a family, strong, like, and independent women. They're independent, and they're independent to the point where they will be hostile if you look like you disagree with them. I mean, and not saying wrong or right. It's just, it's like the picture window that you're able to see. I mean, like, I was not disagreeing with you, right? But me thinking about what you're saying and thinking about what my cousin's opinion about what you're saying is hilarious. Like, who the fuck do he think he is?
Yeah, that's exactly what they just said to me right now. They're gonna be like, Keith, who was that light-skinned knucklehead dude that was on your show talking that crazy stuff? And guess what? I mean, we already know, man. We know the feminist world has already came and passed and gone.
Hey, Dion.
We know it has opened up gates, man. But we know how people still got mindsets on the way women are. And guess what? We know women can do corporate America. Women can play sports. They can win championships. They can coach. They can do a lot of different things, man. But guess what? It's still to this day, a lot of people don't believe in that way. And sports is kind of like that. We feel like women can't play all sports. They can't play with men. They can't punch like men. They can't jump like men.
Right.
That's the way that we think. A lot of men think. I ain't saying it's right, but I'm just saying that's the way society still thinks certain things are when it come to women. We don't see women like that. Period.
I'm gonna step out. I'm gonna step out on the limb and shit, man. I'm gonna say, my woman can look at me and you argue about what women can and can't do. She ain't gonna argue with you. She gonna ask me. Do you believe that shit?
You believe that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You're gonna ask me,
Yeah.
do you believe that shit he was saying? I say I believe some of it. Well, what parts of it that you believe?
Let's talk about this.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Dion.
Yeah.
2 months later, we need to talk about this shit now.
Yeah. Look,
I need to hear you.
I value
Go out there and make that money. And when you get home, is your meal fixed, nigga? Is your meal fixed?
Oh, shit.
Remember, we still have this conversation to talk about.
Oh man. Man. I mean,
What?
hey, we already know what it is what it is. But
Yeah.
hey,
Jaquar,
women thriving, man. They doing
No
their
doubt.
thing.
Jaquar,
And
you
they
said
hold brothers up.
you had something to say, Jaquar?
No, I was just gonna say, brother Dion, I value I value peace in my house too much to ride with you, brother.
It ain't nothing further from the damn truth, bro. For real.
Man.
Listen to some strong women, bro. For real.
Y'all got some. They're gonna be coming up to y'all.
No, look,
Hey,
real quick. Last words for everybody. You are guest, Dion. We're gonna let you go first, then Jaquar, and then Fluke.
Man, appreciate. Y'all still. Y'all still got me laughing. Hey man, y'all got my phone number. If y'all need me to explain, y'all can call me.
It was him.
Hey, off camera, yeah, we can talk about it.
Oh man, that's funny, man.
And I speak with my whole chest.
Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. Hey man, hey, I appreciate y'all brothers, man. Hey, you know what? We in the new age of college sports coming up. We in a new era, man. And guess what? I'm really excited to really see how this thing, because you know what? I'm really hoping, I really have fell off on college basketball. I'm hoping that we can get more teams to stick together instead of them one and dones now. Maybe kids want to stay in college and want to kind of create something because the money might be getting circled right a little bit. So I'm excited. I want to see teams like Keith era back in the day, man, where y'all had rivalries in them conferences, man, where people was going, man, really and truly in the Big East tournament, Big East conference back in the day, man, that was miniature NBA, man. That was miniature NBA basketball. Period.
We fought every single night.
Man, I mean, y'all had to get up every night, man. Wasn't no layoffs in back in the 80s, man. So I'm hoping we gonna get back to that a little bit. I'm not opposed to the NI. I'm not opposed to the transfer portal. I wish they cool it a little bit, because you can't really get good. You got to stick with somewhere to get your worth, man. You can't just be bouncing from school to school and doing your thing. So I'm looking for college to be moving into a great situation. Hopefully in the next 10 years, man. I'm excited to see where this thing gonna go, man. And hopefully we get better athletes in college, and we're gonna get more kids that's gonna want to play because they're gonna see the money aspect. So they have probably motivated a lot of young kids to have a chance to go out there and make a great living for their families.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really excited about that. But I appreciate y'all brothers, man. We always talking. We always get deep into these conversations and get a chance to explore. And I appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to more conversations as we revolve and sports keep revolving.
Okay. Jaquar.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, brother. And I appreciate your time, man. And I just want to leave y'all with one question, man. How y'all going to feel when Hennessy and Smith & Wesson start sponsoring black colleges? What's the ledge, fellas? What is the ledge?
First of all, if Smith & Wesson supply firearms to those college students, got no problem with it. I have no problem with it. Especially if they're being trained to use those weapons.
How about we just come out with better laws, man? Damn.
Where is the ledge, fellas?
I'm gonna have a problem
I
with
feel
that,
you,
bro.
dog. I feel you.
He asked a question. Me personally, being honest, I have a problem with that, man. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, no doubt, no doubt.
I would question the people who would accept that bullshit because they are the most. Anyway,
I'm just hoping that never happens, man.
D, you right, man. I appreciate and understood what you said. My brother got my head messed up because I'm going to write a whole goddamn page about that shit, man, and what it means to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, but I'm hearing what you saying, though, D. When it comes to the NIL, man, I respect. This is where I respect. I said a lot of things that I disagree with when it comes to Deion Sanders, but this is what I respect about him. When it comes to the NIL, he spreads that money across the whole team.
Mhm.
Everybody getting a piece of it.
Yeah, yes.
You know what I'm saying? Now that's some man shit, and that's gonna resonate, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's what's gonna bring people in.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's when he gonna get those recruits. They go the top recruits will go. They're gonna come because they respect him as a man. But those guys who's just making the difference, they're gonna come because they know they're gonna get a piece of something. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna get a piece of something, and it's gonna matter to them, man, in terms of themselves and their family too. So
I agree.
Okay. Well, look, my word is simple fact that this is a Strong Perspective podcast. We're about genuine conversation, and we just went through 2 hours worth of genuine conversation, authentic, off your heart situation. Thank you, Eric Harris, William Scarborough, Keith Barnes, and Chris Dickens for your comments. Thank you, Deion Brooks. Appreciate your company. Thank you for your opinion. And of course, Damon and Jaquari, you know, I appreciate y'all dearly. And I'm glad that we all doing this together. You feel what I'm saying?
amen.
Because what it's about is letting people know how you feel and let them form their opinion about it. But when you do it authentically, it's for you. This podcast for the four of us on this actual live episode, period. That's it. But look, Strong Perspective Podcast, go like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Share with your friends. We're here either every Friday at 7:30, sometimes on Saturday. But tune in and people pay attention to my Facebook page and my IG page because I want to field the questions that y'all want us to address. Before we go, the Strong Perspective Podcast. Any last words, guys, before we go off live? Anybody speak?
Peace.
Peace.
Peace and blessings.
Baba Lucy Mangani, baby boys.
All right, fellas. Peace out.
Peace.